Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Sun is rising, feel the warmth on my face. There's a lot to do now, but there ain't no race.
Audio
I
Jungle.
sip my coffee, I'm feeling fine. No need to work yet, I'm gonna take my time. It's a brand new day, gotta take it on my way. Gotta take it on my way. It's a brand new day. Gotta take it on my way. Gotta take it on my way.
Good evening. Welcome to WSBI, your Resource for Success podcast program, where you get to meet inspiring women-owned businesses from across the country. My name is Kimberly McLemore, and I am your host. With us, we have Cher, creator and founder of Xscape and CEO and founder of Yes, I Lift Too.
Hi, Kimberly.
Welcome, Cher. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be a part of your program tonight.
You're absolutely welcome. It's my pleasure. I'm just ecstatic about having this opportunity to talk with you. Like I said, we talked a little bit earlier, and I just really had the opportunity to just kind of go back and review and see what you've been doing on Facebook, and I love your message. So I wanted to reach out to you and, get this thing rocking and rolling. So could you tell the listeners a little bit about yourself?
Well, absolutely. I'm 47 years old, and I like to put that out there because most people don't think I'm actually that old. I do tell you that the day you start exercising is the day you stop age. The day you stop aging. So,
Okay.
great opportunity for people to get out there. I'm also a mother of two teenage boys. Actually, one of my boys is 20, so I have a 17-year-old and a 20-year-old, and I am so passionate and love helping others, especially women, believe in themselves. I grew up in New York, and when I was about 20 years old, I moved to Virginia because I was going down the wrong path in New York. And when I came to Virginia, I followed my passion, and my passion at that time was martial arts. And from there, I trained in martial arts, and it changed my life and improved my life until I achieved my black belt, which took me several years ago. I actually did that, and now I'm all about thank you. I'm all about improving community, getting healthy, fit, and strong.
Wow. Well, that's a powerful start on a way to jump into this interview and understanding your story and your background, because I can definitely hear the New Yorker in your voice. So it's awesome. So you've been here for quite a few years. So when did you decide to actually get into the business? And I kind of want to backtrack a little bit on talk about both of your businesses, because you are the creator and founder of Xscape. So I want you to give me a little bit of information about what is that business?
Well, Street Escape, how I came up with that is because not everyone enjoys going to the gym, but people, they do want to work out. They do want to get out and work out outside. So I developed Street Escape because it's like an on-the-go workout where we're using obstacles that are in our city, and we're using those to train with. So, for instance, a sidewalk, you can do lunges or jumps off the sidewalk or different things that cross our path, that we're using them to do exercises with, using our own body weight, which is really great. So it's a total body workout, and just using obstacles throughout the entire city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I did notice that when I was going through and just kind of looking over your website. And then I just thought it was amazing that to come up with that type of concept. You know, I see a a lot of the younger folks, who will get out there and will utilize their community in different ways. And, part of it is getting their exercise, but it's just being who they are. But I never thought as an adult that would be something that I would be interested in. But the way that you describe it and explain how using you're just using a sidewalk is a part of exercise that we just kind of take for granted because we can walk on it every day. I think that's a really neat concept.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And, it's great to really just to take a look at our city and just look at everything as an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
You can at Cher, there's no reason why we cannot exercise. Of course, if there's something a medical that's holding us back, but everything around us is an opportunity to improve ourselves, to make the best out of ourselves. So it comes down to there's no excuses.
You're right, but we have a million of them all the time. It's always, well, I can't do this and I can't do that because I get teased a lot. I love working out, and that's part of the reason why I really wanted to conversate with you, because I'm one of these women too where I'm over that 45 range. I'm 50, but I love I'm a gym rat, so for me to get up at 4:30 in the morning and hit the gym by 5, to me it's nothing. And most people are like, you do what? And I'm like, yeah, I need to do this before I go to work, before I start my day off. And I just love that attitude that you have. And the one thing that I noticed that you have a brand. You want to talk a little bit about your brand? Your branding of your company?
Yes, I live too.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And you have this badass concept I read about. So, I was like, I love it.
Well, be badass. That's my hashtag for everything, because we all have so much great potential within ourselves to be anything and do anything we can do in our life. And just getting up and moving and following your dreams and believing in yourself and doing things, because our bodies are meant to move. But besides just moving our body, rising up from depression and low self-esteem issues and challenges that have knocked you down, that's badass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we my whole thing was, yes, I lift too.
Mm-hmm.
It's yes, I lift too. I do that as well also, but I also, I love to dance. I love to I love to run. I love to gymnastics. I love to go roller skating.
Mm-hmm.
I love to do a lot of things besides lifting. And I love helping others. I love going out there in my community and making positive signs and saying you are beautiful, and cars passing by and I'll stand on the street corner. So yes, I lift too means I'm doing more, or we're doing more for our community than just getting in the best shape of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting just not in the best shape of our lives physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially,
mm-hmm.
all down. And that comes down to life fitness.
Absolutely. Absolutely. A very rounded part of your life, and all the pieces that come with it. And I think a lot of times as individuals, we get stuck on one piece and we forget about what connects us. And, like you said, it's not always just about getting out there and lifting those weights, but it's a bigger picture. And once you can figure that out, I think it becomes easier on every aspect of your life. And those obstacles that may be standing there aren't so hard to deal with because you're more rounded. So I absolutely agree with your concept, and I think it's a beautiful opportunity to take a chance to look at yourself inside and out, but just doing it in a different way.
Exactly, you're absolutely right. And lifting, and I'm sure you go to the gym. You said you get up at 4:00 in the morning.
Yes. Yeah.
You open 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah, the gym opens at 4:30, so I'm usually there by 5, and because I like to start my day out that way. It really makes me be able to concentrate better. I just feel better. I found that when I was trying to do it after work, I was just tired. I'm mentally tired and I'm physically tired, and that was my better excuse to not go.
Yeah.
So I found myself, I'm going to do this in the morning, and it just makes a world difference for me in the morning. And of course, that doesn't work for everybody, but I think I find that most of us who are in the gym that early in the morning, it's usually us older, people trying to get it in and get done with our day, but it works.
And that's good. And well, one, I want to say, wow, 5 o'clock in the morning, you're very dedicated to getting up that early. But I like what you said, you have to find out what works for you, and that's what works for you.
Right.
And that's what it comes down to fitness. Everything doesn't work for everybody. And a lot of times we see these things in a magazine or we see things on TV and we try to follow it, and it doesn't last. It doesn't work because it wasn't, it's a cookie cutter thing. It wasn't specifically for us.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In our body, and you got it, and I love that too. And but I wish a lot more people would get to understand that what worked for her is not necessarily going to work for you or for the next person. You have to find out, what do you enjoy? What do you like doing? And I tell people, you don't have to go to the gym. If you want to go downstairs in your living room and dance. Mm-hmm. I know a lady who lost 20 pounds just from dancing alone, mm-hmm. And you just have to find what you love, something you love and you enjoy, and stick with it. And that's what's so.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's what's very important. We need to not worry about what other people are doing. Let's not compare ourselves to them. You can use somebody as a goal, but find out what works for you.
Right, exactly. And the key thing, I think that, when people want to do those quick fix type programs, at the end of the day, it's nothing about losing weight or taking care of your body is considered a quick fix. It's always how I look at it as life change. And when you don't look at it that way, it's always much harder. It looks good in the beginning because everything is always easier in the beginning. That first 5 or 10 pounds is the easiest to get off. It's usually what happens after the fact. But if you look at it as an overall, I find that, it just makes it so much easier to continue to move to that goal that you're trying to reach.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And I love your mindset. Wow.
Thank you.
You're absolutely right. Because America knows that we are looking for that magic pill, that quick fix. So you always see these things, these infomercials, these things out there to try to draw us in, and it draws us in because America knows we're not going to take the time to educate ourselves. And really what it comes down to is what we put in our body, what we're eating, and getting up and moving. Yeah. And you can get on a diet, and a diet will work. Any diet will work. Mm-hmm. But the thing about that is that, you lost the weight, but in order to keep that weight off, you have to keep doing the same thing to keep that weight off. So it means you have to keep doing that low carb diet or something like that. Mm-hmm. I believe, and let's incorporate a healthy lifestyle. Let's get out there in the supermarket. Let's learn how to shop. Let's learn how to eat real foods so we can get healthier and just incorporate a healthier lifestyle. So we're not on a diet. The weight is just coming off because, we're eating better and we're learning how to eat better. Mm-hmm. And that's so important.
Right.
Absolutely. You don't want me to get me started with those quick fix things out there,
But you're telling the truth, and I think a lot of times, as women, we struggle consistently because we're always, like you said, we're always being compared to what we see on TV or, what a man thinks how we should look. And at the end of the day, we have to look at ourselves. You look in that mirror, what you see. And my thought process is always, it took you 2 or 3 years to get this way. It may take you 2 or 3 years to get back to where you were, because if you're doing it right, like you said, and you're doing it consistently, it is going to take time. It is not an overnight success. And, when it comes to anything in life, the more you put into it, effort, whatever it is you're doing, the better the results are. So, it's okay to talk about these things. I think a lot of people really just need to quit looking for that quick successful thing and just get out there and start doing it and realize that once you get into it, you don't want to stop. And I almost feel guilty when I don't get to the gym. So I always make sure that, I'm get my workout in. I love my lifting weights. I love my Zumba. I love to do my water aerobics. I mean, it's a variety because I find that too, that if you can get stagnated pretty quickly if you don't have some type of variety, once you start working out as well, when you've been doing it for years at a time. So, I like I said, I applaud anybody who wants to tell the truth, because sometimes we need to be beat over the head and hear the real truth. And so what you're doing and what you're saying is absolutely correct.
Well, thank you. I do. I keep it real. I am known for keeping it real. I will not sugarcoat it, because, there's a lot of people sugarcoat stuff, and, there's an epidemic going on here in America, and the epidemic, is obesity, and overweight. And a lot of times people don't want to teach or educate others, and they're more about making the money. And I'm more about, let's give people the tools, learning what to do and what needs to be done. And so we can have a better community, a healthier community, people feeling better about themselves, because a lot of these foods out there makes us feel depressed. It makes us it makes us feel low energy. And, because if you think about this, Kimberly, food. When we eat like a big meal, a lot of times, okay, Thanksgiving Day, a big meal, when we eat, we want to unbutton our pants. We want to feel like going to sleep. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I understand what you're talking. And you're right. I mean, because, food is a passion. And, when you sit down, you can, I always remember my parents saying, nothing like a good meal. And because we were raised to believe that having that good meal was the big thing. It's the thing to do, is sit down and get your stomach real full. And then next thing you know, like you said, you're laying down and you're taking that 20-30 minute nap, because you're in a coma, essentially,
Exactly.
after eating that way, So,
and food is not supposed to make us feel like that. It's supposed to give us energy. It's supposed to give us fuel. So that tells you right there, if you feel like going to sleep, after you eat, and usually Thanksgiving, there's a lot of starch, carbs. It shows you right there that, we're not eating the right foods. So we need to get back. We need to get back to the basics, And, the basics, is getting in that kitchen, it's cooking, but it's finding, to cooking the proper foods, the right foods. A lot of people say, well, healthy food, it tastes, bland. That's not true, because our taste buds change. See, like now, because, I eat much more healthier, but now if I eat something that's really high in sodium, I taste it. It tastes like, because your taste buds change. So, but we have to be consistent with exercising, with also eating right as well also.
Right. You're absolutely right. Yeah. And I mean, I definitely agree. And I know I have my moments where I fall off that wagon, but, it's knowing how to get back up and keep continuing, doing it, not just saying, oh, well, and I'm not going to do this anymore. But you're right. It's consistency.
Exactly. Yes. You get it.
Yeah, I do. I try to. I'm definitely not perfect at it, but I've learned it. And I think a big part of it for me is the reason why I'm so excited about it, is because all my life I've had to struggle off and on with weight. I remember the times where I was over the 250 pound, and it wasn't a healthy 250 pound, where, today, if I'm, at the 200 pound, I'm healthier because I'm lifting weights, I'm taking care of myself, I'm eating better, I'm getting more rest. All those things are a combination. And so it's taken me years, and I'm actually in better shape now in my 50s than I ever was when I was in my 30s and 40s. So, just trying to figure it all out, it took me time, but now that I've gotten it, I don't feel like I'm 50. I have, I just like, okay, it is what it is. It's a number, and that's it.
Yeah, that is so priceless. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful feeling, isn't it?
It is. And you're right. When I look at you and I seen your pictures, you absolutely don't look 47. And I get the same things like, you're what? And I'm like, yeah. As a matter of fact, I'll be 51 real soon. So it's just like right around the corner. So, but, age is really, truly nothing but a number. And a lot of people, they don't look at it that way until they really understand who they really are and how they have to change their lives, no matter what it is that they're doing, whether the goal is to achieve losing weight, or whether the goal is to start a business, or whether the goal is to go to school. anything that you do, it takes time and it takes consistency, and you have to first, I think, love yourself. I think is what's the most important piece before you can actually move forward in anything that you're doing. But the other question I wanted to ask you is actually, how long has your businesses been open?
That's a good question. You'll see. Yes, I Live Too. I've been doing that. I believe July 2015 is when I started that. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, I'm going to go outside and work out. I was like, I don't want to stay just in the park or, just in gym bleachers. And I was like, street escape. I'm going to do this revolutionary movement. We're going to take over the streets. And that's what we did.
You did.
And that started probably about several months after that, you know? And, yeah.
Okay, so basically, I mean, your business is pretty still new, but tell me, some of the challenges that you have faced, trying to go and balance, these two businesses. And I know, one kind of works its way into the other, but, tell us a little bit about what you've been going through in this process.
Well, I tell you with Yes, I Live Too, because what that is that's probably been a little bit more challenging for me, because what I'm an online personal trainer doing that. Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of people are used to like traditional trainers where they come into your home or they come into your gym and work out. Mm-hmm. And an online personal trainer means I'm making customized workout and nutrition plans for my clients, and they work with me one-on-one. They check in with me weekly, really get them on a right path of where they want to go to losing weight and to getting in shape. And what's challenging part there is, I guess, people really kind of going over to that concept, mm-hmm. and from the traditional to an online trainer, because some people, they used to seeing someone face to face, right? Mm-hmm. Meeting someone face to face in a consultation. They're like, well, I never met someone before. But if you look at my personal training packages on my website, you will see that I offer so much more value mm-hmm. at a lesser price than traditional trainers do. Mm-hmm. And, for instance, like a trainer, you can go into a gym or even they come to your home, they're probably about $40 a session. Mm-hmm. I'm offering, so much more, to work with them. And I probably average out about $19 a week.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. You think about it, that's probably about one session from going one time, in the gym. And plus they don't make out nutrition plans, which is extremely important for you to see your best results.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have those nutrition plans, but that's an extra cost that's you have to deal with somebody else on. It does not connect with those trainers that are actually in the gym. And that was one thing I was thinking about. I was wondering, how does the comparison, between the online versus the personal training? But I agree with you that and when you're in the gym, yeah, you may be personally involved, but it's a short period of time that you're involved with them. They're going to definitely charge you for that 1 hour that you're spending with them. But the thing I like about the online training is that you're providing convenience as well, so that people don't have to feel like have to leave their home or they got to rush over to that gym. As soon as I get off of work, I got to go do this. I got to meet with this person, or vice versa. So I do like that concept, and I think that it's a great concept. And for me personally, because I think it's a personal thing, I just prefer to be in the gym, but not because I get lazy. I don't want to. When I come home and I see a TV, I'm just gonna sit. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, Kimberly, mm-hmm. Kimberly, my stop there. No, what I do is that mm-hmm. I make out workout plans for the clients that they take in the gym.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They you might have seen me like on my fitness page on Facebook. Well, I'll do like little mini like in-home workouts for the people on Facebook. Right. But no, when I do my online training, what it is that I make customized workout plans designed, to take their training into the gym. And I show them exercises that they mm-hmm. do, the amount of reps they do, the amount of sets they do, and that's how they progress towards their goals and physique through that.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, you're right. I have
Yeah.
definitely seen you on Facebook, giving some few tips and showing how to do things. Actually very helpful as well. Because to me, like I said, I still look at it as something that's very convenient for people with their busy lives and, still trying to learn how to do things properly. And just one tip could change how somebody was doing something incorrectly in the gym. You see it all the time when people don't really may not be able to afford, or don't have the time to deal with the trainer, but being able to see someone like you who can help them out in a different manner where they can still get their exercise. And I think that's a great idea.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So tell me, if you had to pick out a success, what would be, you think at this time, your greatest success would be in your story with these two businesses that you have?
Well, it would have to be with Yes, I Lift Too, because it was a few months ago I was helping this woman, get in shape, and I remember she sent me an email saying that she can finally fit in jeans that she wasn't able to fit into years, and together we cried. Mm-hmm. I mean, things like that makes it all worthwhile. Knowing that, that you want to start, believing in yourself, you want to start loving yourself from the inside out, you want to, accomplish these fitness goals, and to have someone to encourage you and with you every step of the way, and you finally to achieve those results, that's just priceless. I love that.
Mm-hmm. And you're right. Yeah, that I'm sure that is a great feeling because, as you said, it was a personal person when you're going through certain things in your life, and we all know that there's always some type of story. You don't know what that story is for that person sometimes unless they want to share it with you, but you just didn't wake up one morning and turn out that way. So to be able to share that opportunity with her, I'm sure that was priceless. And like you said, it lets you know every day that what you're doing is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And I applaud you for that, because I could just imagine what she was going through when she realized, wearing a pair of jeans that she hadn't been able to get in for whatever amount of time frame, it had to be a huge step for her. So, you absolutely know that you're doing the right thing, and that's awesome.
Yes, thank you. And she was such an active person when she was younger, but a car accident had stopped her from being active. And then she, of course, gained a lot of weight from that. So with someone being so active, and like you said, when you're not in the gym for a while, how you feel. But, not being so active for a while, putting on weight, you get down and you get depressed. And for her to achieve that, yes, it was magnificent to her to be able to lose that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is great. So I have another question for you. If you had another woman who was coming to you today that wanted to learn something about coming into business, whether it was something similar to yours or something else they want to do, what piece of advice would you give them?
If they want to start their own business, you're saying?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I would say do research in where you want to start in your field. There are so many tools, there's blogs and resources out there that are free out there, that you can educate yourself on what you want to do and how to go about it, how to implement it, and also challenges that come about or obstacles that come about. This time and era, you can find out anything, through Google or and actually a lot of stuff, and that's how I learn stuff. Mm-hmm. That's how I learn stuff about business. I do research. I go on the internet and I just look up stuff and I read and I read and I read and I read a lot. Mm-hmm. Or if anyone also is interested in starting a business or has questions, they can always reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help anyone, succeed or whatever their goal is, to be successful. As long as you're doing something positive and makes you happy, I'm behind you.
Absolutely. And and that's a great thing to hear, because that is really the whole purpose of the initiative that I have, is that I love to bring women together. And, you know, when you're in business, you've learned not everything, but you've learned enough to, I believe, where you should be able to share those resources. Why do you need to reinvent the wheel? You know, if you don't have to. And I think it's so important that women do that. So that is truly what the Women's Small Business Initiative is about. And that is the reason why I love reaching out to women who already own businesses. And that's part of the reason why I reached out to you, because I love what you are doing, and knowing that whether it was a woman who needed to lose weight, or just wanted to learn how to lift, or just understand what business is about, that is the whole purpose of me doing these interviews, is because we have so much value to bring to the table, and we have so much valuable information to share, that we need to do more of that. So
yeah,
I appreciate like this opportunity. And you also said that, you know, hey, people would like to get a hold of you. Could you tell everybody how they can find you?
Yes. You can go through any social media, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. My name is Yes I Lift 2. That's YESILIFT, the number 2. Or you can email me at yesilift2@gmail.com. So I'm on Facebook. On my fitness page, I give away lots of tips, tricks, and secrets to weight loss. And you can always reach out to me there as well, also in my message box.
Okay. All right. Great. And again, like I said, thank you so much for your time. Do you have any last words that you'd like to tell the listeners?
Only thing I would say is a simple statement. Believe in yourself and never give up.
Amen. Absolutely. That should be something stapled on everybody's head, even though we all know we have those moments in life. But, you know, if you keep trying, things will always get better. And like I said, Cher, it has been a pleasure. I appreciate you taking out time out of your busy evening to talk with me. Again,
thank you.
You're welcome. To everybody else, you have a good night. I'm here every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. You can find me on the WSBI website anytime at www.wsbillc.com. You can also visit me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and or Instagram. Until then, enjoy your evening.